Hey, greetings. We have a great show today. It's going to be very different because this is live. And I don't really have anything too planned out or scripted, but one thing I'm going to do is my hat, which you can see here, has definitely seen better days. I don't know how clear that is. So I'm going to be replacing my hat, and really that's kind of the inspiration for this show. This is live. For those of you who are tuning in after the fact, normally there might be a little bit more polish on my shows, although those who have subscribed to my channel for a while can attest that there isn't always a lot of polish. But this is live, so bear with me. It's my very first live stream, but I think it's going to be a good one. So this hat is a hat that I've had for many, many years, and it has served me very, very well. And I'm trying to think of like a really fitting sort of tribute to this hat. And what I might do is I might wind up doing a separate video where I do something special with this hat to officially retire it. You know, it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like an old friend. Like, I don't just want to throw him out. Hey, there's Backyard Bladesmith. How's it going? How's it going? If you haven't seen Backyard Bladesmith's channel, definitely go and check him out. In fact, I might even annotate a link to his channel below. Oh, and we got Fritz, Custom Knives. Yes. What does he say here? Hey mate, Yes, shoot, disappeared before I had a chance to see it. We got another joiner here, AJ San Miguel. Welcome to the show. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the hat. So anyway, we're gonna be retiring this hat, and I haven't decided for sure yet what to do with it. So that'll probably be coming in a future video. But for right now, I'm just gonna say, you've been a good friend to me. You have served me well, and we will definitely have a fitting tribute to you when you go. But you're gonna be with us to welcome your replacement, and here it comes. Ta-da! It's funny because when I ordered this hat, I thought it was gonna be green, and then it came and it was khaki. So I'm not sure. It's got a little bit different style to it. I don't know if I'm really, I probably just need to shave my head and then it'll fit well, and I don't know, because my hair is all like coming crazy out here and everything else. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, that's Bodie. That reminds me, Bodie is one of the two people that was in my, my Subscriber Builds video, the first one I did. I got another one coming up, so send me some pictures if you want to be in that one. Bodie, I misspelled his name. It's not B-O-D-I-E, it's B-O-E-D-I-E. I hope I got that right this time. Anyway, I will definitely correct that in a future Subscriber Builds. So, man, this is cool. Thank you guys for joining me. I was not really sure if this was going to be, yeah, there we go. Yep. So it's B-O-E-D-I-E. All right. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. Fritz is asking, when is the new Subscriber Builds episode coming? You know, I was actually planning to do it this week, but I only have one. I think I need to go check the email again. Yeah, I think I only have one in there right now. But I am going to have to do that correction on Bodie's name. So I'll probably work in some of his pictures that he sent last time too. And then if anybody else wants to send, it'll be at least next week before it gets done at this point. So if anybody else wants to send some, by all means, send some pictures. And I will, I'm trying to think if I know off the top of my head, what is that email? It's at zoho.com. I think it's FargoFX at zoho.com. But anyway, I'll annotate that later in the description. Yes, you can send more. If anybody has already sent and you want to send more pictures to the Subscriber Builds email, absolutely do that. Especially at this stage in the game, because so far I haven't gotten an overwhelming response, we'll say, to it. So, so definitely send more if you want to, maybe a different kind of build or maybe the same type of build. Definitely not exactly the same build. That presumably would not be the best. What else? Oh yeah, the new hat. So I'd like to get some feedback from you guys on the new hat. I was thinking about getting some dye and dyeing it green, but it's kind of, here, let me compare this to the old one. Can you see that there? Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's a little bit different style. It's yeah. I suppose after it gets worn in, I'll probably like it a lot better. Now, before I go today, I also want to. I guess I might as well keep this on my head. I also want to just show you this. I don't know if you can see that deal there. This is going to be a part of the new build. As many of you know, if you've been following the channel, October has kind of been my just month to cut loose and make all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, so I have a lot of weird builds. So here's another part of that one. I don't want to give away too much, but some of you might recognize that spear point from another build that I did and a review that I did of the knife that this spear point originally belonged to. So, but anyway, that's coming probably tomorrow, Lord willing. We'll see how it goes. And then the other thing I wanted to do is just kind of give people a look around the shop. It's not always this clean. I know you're expecting me to say it's not always this dirty, but truth be told, this is actually cleaner than it has been recently. So if anybody has any, I'll say that, if anybody has any real good tips for keeping your shop clean, other than don't be lazy like me, but if anybody has any real good tips for keeping a clean shop, I would love to hear them. I've tried to do shelves, but shelves are kind of the worst because then they just get piled up with stuff. And as you can see, sorry if I'm shaking all over the place here, but as you can see, pretty much every horizontal surface in my shop gets filled up with, there's upstairs, gets filled up with junk. So, so if anybody has any, yeah, B2B presents, no horizontal spaces, exactly. I guess I'm the wrong guy to give tips about that. Yeah, well, I'm definitely the wrong guy to give tips about that. So, what else? I guess that's about it. There is one thing I'll show you since we're doing a live show here. Some of you may have seen this hanging out in the background before. I was thinking for a while about getting into like creating artistic, sort of industrial punk, artistic sculpture type of stuff. And so this was going to be a scorpion. I never actually finished him, and I have some different ideas for that. So I might actually do a show sometime. This seems like a good month for it since I'm doing weird stuff anyway. I might do a show where I finish this guy out. Put some kind of, he obviously needs like pinchers of some kind and maybe a face. I don't know. Teeth. I don't know. So that's one of the things that I hopefully have in the works for the remainder of this month. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Replacement hat, absolutely filthy shop, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is my totally just off-the-wall experiment trying a live show, and it's actually working really great. So if you haven't tried a live show, maybe you want to give one a try. I was really surprised, and maybe this is because I've got the iPhone going, but it was actually really simple. It kind of just, BTB presents, I always put off cleaning over and over until I have to because I work in it. Yeah, exactly. Until I'm tripping over stuff and falling on my face, I'm usually not, too short. Well, hopefully the next live stream will be a little bit longer because I'll have something actually planned. I really appreciate you guys showing up because my expectation for this was that I would put out a live stream and nobody would see it, and it would just be kind of an experiment. So pay the goats to clean, Jimmy Brown. That's actually, you know, goats can be trained. I think that would be maybe a bridge too far when it comes to training, but it is amazing the behaviors you get out of goats. I don't know if any of you have goats or if you're anywhere that you could have goats, but I grew up in the city, and you know, my parents had grown up on farms and stuff, but I didn't know the first thing about animals. And we finally got out to the country here a couple of years ago, and we got goats and chickens, and it is amazing the personality that goats have. I don't know if sheep are like that. I don't know if there's any other animals, but goats are like, it's like someone said it's like cross between a cat and a cow. And I can kind of see that. They're just like really, really curious animals, and they love to climb and all kinds of stuff. So They would be pooping all they'd be pooping all over your shop. Yes, they have actually come in here a couple times, and I always have managed to shoo them out before they leave any presents for me. So I'm not so sure about the chickens though. Once in a while I'll catch a chicken nosing around in here, and I'm afraid they may have been up there. So I'm kind of afraid to go up there and look, because there might be like a little nest in there with some eggs or who knows what. So God's lawnmowers. Yeah, well, that's sheep especially. I've noticed that goats, I used to believe, because people are always like, oh yeah, goats will eat anything. They'll eat an old shoe or whatever. Goats will eat anything, but goats will eat anything they want to eat. That's what I learned after having goats. I thought it just meant, oh, goats will eat anything. Turn them loose and they'll mow the lawn for you. They'll, trim your hedges, whatever. No, they eat what they want to eat. They're very picky, but they might be eating plastic one day. Like you'll go outside and they're like munching on the trampoline or something. And you're like, what? Why are you eating that? But you wouldn't eat those goat treats I got last week, So they will eat anything, but it has to be on their terms, at least with the goats that we've had. So, yeah, here. This is an example of what you don't want to do in your shop. So there's my wonderful oxyacetylene setup. And right now it's like draped around and running. I mean, all it would take is for me to trip wrong and that thing would bust wide open, and here I would have like a $250 piece of equipment that was leaking gas everywhere. And yeah, so I definitely need to clean it up in here, and that is a priority actually for me, but like many priorities in my life, it winds up getting pushed down by other priorities and all of that. Anyway, super huge thanks to every single one of you for joining me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, following my channel, liking my videos. You guys are way by far the best. I had no idea when I started this channel how much fun it would be to interact with subscribers and with the friends that I've met on YouTube. So thank you all, and thanks for inspiration. A lot of you have sent, I've seen your channels or the pictures that you sent to the Subscriber Builds. Huge. You guys have so much talent, and there is so much. I don't know, I'm blown away. Before I got into this, I knew about Alex Steele. I knew about Simple Little Life and Walter Sorrells and just, 3 or 4 different channels like that, Backyard Boyer. I had no idea how much talent there was in this whole blacksmithing, knife making DIY community on YouTube. It's been very eye-opening in a really, really good way. So thank you all. I am going to be signing off for now, but I will have a new video out tomorrow, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.